Alright, in this movie I'm going to show you how to make a new document and the artboard kind of setup. So in Illustrator we're going to go to File, New, or Command N or Control N. We'll make a new document, and then this comes up. This is where we can specify what type of image we want to make, and it may be associated with one of these devices, whether it's print, web, video, those kinds of things. So in this case I'm going to just start with print. I'm going to show you how that works. So print gives us a couple of things in terms of its width and height, and this is right now in units of points, but I'm going to change this to inches. And this right now is default to set up at a letter size, which is a standard paper size. There's other paper sizes that we could specify, like tabloid, which is an 11 by 17. We can also specify the orientation, which is either portrait or landscape. You can see how that automatically changes it. We can also click the advanced here, and that will give us an option of CMYK or RGB color space, as well as the raster effects if we import images into it, what quality they're going to be. So the other thing that we can specify here is the number of artboards. I'm going to just start with 2 just to kind of show you how that works. And then what this is going to do is give us some spacing in terms of how that works. So this is just going to do 2 columns and go across the artboards there. So we'll show you that once it clicks in. And then the spacing in between each one, if you wanted to change that, you could change that, but I'll just leave it at the default. And then when I hit OK, it opens up, and you can see here we have 2 artboards, which is basically like 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11 paper that we can work on. And those show up in the artboards palette, which is under here under Window and Artboards. You'll notice that you can see we've got 2 artboards. So I can add another one if I want to, or delete one. So I could delete this just by clicking this, and that would delete that artboard. I could also add a new one here, and it remembered that I deleted 2, so it just goes to 3, 4, etc. So you can kind of see how those artboards are set up. So sometimes this is great if you have like multiple designs or multiple options for a design. Now this also works for setting up a multi-page document if you need to. I wouldn't do too many of those. If you're going to do like a book or something like that, I think InDesign would be a better solution for that, but this can be good, especially for presentation of your art. Let's say you want to change the size of one of your artboards or all of your artboards. Under the toolbar here, we have the artboard tool, which when you click here, it changes your presets and gives you dimensions and the specified name of the artboard. So this automatically kind of kicks into a selection tool, so you can see it selects a particular artboard. So I could move it around here in my document window. This is helpful if you get so many that run off the page over here. You may need to move those around if you wanted to add more that way. But we can also drag and change the artboard size, and you'll notice that it changed that kind of just free form. We can also say, well, I want to have a tabloid size. So you can actually have different sizes of artboards within the same document, which can work okay. We could also change a orientation. So if I wanted to have one that was horizontal, more in a landscape format, and yet it's still 8.5 by 11, you can do that. So those are ways of controlling the artboard size and dimensions after the fact.